While I-DLE's Soyeon is now credited as one of the top female rappers and producers, her journey to stardom wasn't easy at all. She had to overcome a lot of spectacles throughout her career, and it's possible that if it weren't for her, I-DLE wouldn't even be able to debut. Soyeon now has dozens of songs under her name, and her passion for songwriting started when she was just a trainee. However, many are surprised to find out that she actually got judged a lot for this. In an interview with Teen Vogue, Soyeon opened up about what it was like to be a female trainee wanting to write and compose songs. She recalled that there weren't a lot of female idols interested in music production, so when she stated that she'd like to give it a try, everyone thought it was quite strange. Back then, the vast majority of producers were men, so there wasn't a lot of space for women who wanted to pursue the same thing. You can already imagine the reactions when Soyeon would cite G-Dragon or Jiko as her inspiration for music production. Instead of being pushed to do her best, she would be told that it's okay for other idols to write their own music because they're men. Since the double standards for men and women were even worse a few years ago than they are right now, people around Soyeon were wary of her interest in music composition. Although Soyeon is widely recognized as a rapper and producer, her impact as a fashion icon often goes unnoticed. From casual streetwear to elegant feminine styles, she's known for pulling off any look effortlessly. And the best part? You can recreate her signature outfits without breaking the bank, all through fashionchingu.com. On fashionchingu.com, you'll find styles similar to what Soyeon has worn before. Plus, if there's another idol or group you're thinking of, you can easily search their website for pieces inspired by their looks. Not only that, but you can find a range of accessories, merch, and even fashion inspiration and tips if you're looking to keep up with trends or explore fresh ideas. Visit fashionchingu.com today and dress with the same iconic style as your favorite idols without the hefty price tag. Interestingly enough though, Soyeon didn't actually want to become the main producer for her group. While she was interested in music production and composition, it was never her intention to become the driving force behind I-DLE. In 2020, MTV News held an interview with her where she opened up about becoming the group's main songwriter out of urgency. Soyeon said, "At first, I didn't really know I'd be writing these songs, but our debut was getting delayed because we didn't have a song." Soyeon then got to work and tried to create something out of the very few resources she had, and she had basically none. Cube Entertainment didn't even have any licensed programs for production and composition, so she had to use a pirated version, which later turned into a controversy. To explain, in 2019, Soyeon got herself in hot waters with the public when she was exposed for using quite a few illegally pirated programs. Most of the programs and software were intended for music production, and at that time were sold online for at least $400 each. Netizens weren't very happy about this revelation, claiming Soyeon was violating other people's copyrights and in turn shouldn't be earning money from her copyright royalties. In Soyeon's official response to the matter, she clarified that she used illegal software when she was first starting to learn about composing music because she wanted to use a variety of programs. She also assured fans and netizens that she had only used official and licensed software since she had become fully committed to her production. Still, I-DLE's debut song was produced on one of these pirated programs, proving just how dedicated Soyeon was. Cube also commented on the matter, admitting that they failed to provide her with all the things necessary for their creative process. One of the possible reasons why Soyeon's agency was unable to support her was because Cube was facing severe financial problems. In 2016, the company lost almost $6 million, so it's no surprise that the start of I-DLE's career was difficult. The group's debut album wasn't received well by the public, and since they had essentially zero support from their company, the album didn't even sell 300 copies. In addition to that, Cube failed to provide the members with professional choreographers. While other artists would probably just accept their fate and wait until the company has the necessary funds, Soyeon and the rest of the I-DLE members stepped up and came up with the performance for La Tada all by themselves. As you can see, Cube's lack of support didn't stop their dedication in the slightest, which is why the members attracted more and more fans with each comeback. Most of the credit belongs to Soyeon though, who really stepped up and handled many things at once. Back in the day, she even used to make PowerPoint presentations for their comebacks, explaining everything in detail, hoping that the company would agree with her ideas and suggestions. She's been the group's main producer since the beginning, but for some time after their debut, Soyeon had to handle the music video filming as well as their outfits and makeup. It's because of their active participation in their entire creative process that the group's popularity grew and grew until they became one of the most loved girl groups in K-pop. Since their debut, Soyeon managed to become one of the most independent female K-pop idol in the industry thanks to her creative freedom, and any agency would surely be lucky to have her. In 2021, Soyeon secured a spot in her KOMCA list as the first fourth-generation female idol, and her influence has only grown since then. However, while it might look like the agency just let Soyeon and the girls do whatever they thought to be best, Soyeon opened up about the time when she and the company really butted heads. When Soyeon was a guest on Monsta X's IM show I Am on the Beat, she revealed that the worst case of Cube being unsupportive was in 2020 when I-DLE released the title track Dum Da Dum Day. Despite Soyeon working so hard on all of her songs, the company didn't favor the new title track and they tried their best to push her to use a different song. There were also attempts to use someone else's song, which she found unacceptable. She explained that Cube became completely uncooperative and that the situation escalated to the point where the company rebelled against the song. Despite the constant pushback, Soyeon remained set on her ways and even decided to put her name on the line, promising the company that if they let her release the song, she would take responsibility for any damages. Cube finally agreed, and thankfully Soyeon didn't have to fix any damage because the song was a huge success. Looking at how Soyeon and the rest of the members have proved to be competent in their craft and how they're basically the main breadwinners in the company, you would think that they would be treated like royalty. However, the truth couldn't be any different. Cube actually limits the resources given to them, which results in the girls having to pay for things out of their own pocket. It was even revealed that the girls paid half of the budget for their Super Lady music video. The cost was actually extremely high because of the production and the insane number of dancers and extras on set. There were 100 dancers and 500 extras, so the cost climbed up to a whopping $821,000. It's said that the members paid half of the price, which was the cost of the music video, and the company paid the other half. On top of that, Soyeon also paid for the encore stage of the songs they performed during one of their concerts. Seeing how many things Soyeon does for the agency and how little she receives from them, many netizens wondered if she would be better off somewhere else, where she would be appreciated a lot more and actually give her the means to become even better at her craft. Well, after a very public feud between Soyeon and Cube, netizens are more sure than ever that the two might be going their separate ways soon. Back in August of 2024, Soyeon hinted at her departure from Cube during her performance of Is This Bad B Number. Soyeon shocked everyone when she said, "Contract ends in November, who's going to stop me? Nobody can touch me, I've already paid the cost." After Soyeon's jab at her company during her performance, Cube seemingly got afraid because they immediately clarified that it was all part of Soyeon's performance and that all I-DLE's members are set to renew their contracts together next year. Soon after, Korean media reported that Cube grew uneasy about Soyeon's performance, and her comment about her contract ending in November even raised concerns among the company's investors. Then, other reports started coming out about Cube claiming Soyeon didn't discuss the performance with them beforehand, which didn't make sense at all since the words were displayed behind her on screen when she was performing. To everyone following the situation, it seemed like Cube got scared when their investors got involved and tried to put the blame on Soyeon instead of taking accountability and admitting their mistakes. Cube then tried to save the situation by releasing another statement claiming that someone was making reports on their behalf and that they hadn't released any official statement, thus, this was their first time addressing the situation. A lot of netizens didn't buy this, especially since Soyeon herself clarified that the performance didn't involve any lies and that she didn't hide anything from the company. Following this entire fiasco, many of their fans were sure that she would leave the company after her contract expired. On October 24th, 2024, Export News released an exclusive report where they revealed that Soyeon and Cube recently discussed the potential renewal of her contract. What prompted their fans to be sure that Soyeon would be moving agencies was the fact that according to the report, these discussions did not result in an agreement. Because of this, it's very likely that Soyeon will part ways with the company as soon as her current contract expires, which is this month. Many netizens hope that because of her history with Cube, Soyeon will choose an agency that will support her and appreciate her hard work as an artist. We're excited to see what the future holds for I-DLE's dear leader, and we'll definitely be cheering her on.